Brilliant stuff. Absolutely love that. That is Good News, live in session with Kishki and Can't Afford. And there's some instrument swapping going on there, which is absolutely allowed. And so, can anybody tell me how the band came about then?
We started, Dan and I worked together in a bar. I subsequently met Beth, who is Dan's wife. And then we just became really good friends, and I think I asked Dan for a couple of drum lessons, watched a few YouTube videos, and took it away from there.
And now, is it right that, Beth, you originally joined as a synth player?
That was the idea, yeah. And then I think our first song was Toast, which we're going to play later,
Right.
which is the one with like the wonky clarinet, and we just put the synth to bed.
Okay, now can I just run this past you? Did you always have it in mind that you were going to be the singer? Oh.
It took a lot of nagging from me and her, I think.
Did it?
Me and Erin, yeah.
Okay, excellent. It's great. I love the kind of Machiavellian, just like throwing that in there. You know, I like starting fights within bands, and particularly man and wife, that's even better. So no, it was a perfectly innocent manoeuvre. You expected to be playing synth in a pop band.
Yeah.
Didn't happen, did it?
No, not at all.
I mean, have you got a nickname?
No.
Well, you have now. It should be multi, because you're a multi-instrumentalist and multilingual as well, aren't you?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to talk through we'll get to the Russian element in a bit if we may, but in terms, you said you actually in rehearsals you said you got too much stuff, and the stuff you got rototoms in front of you.
Yeah, and I've got an agogo,
which is a percussive instrument,
yeah,
which makes a very good noise, called an agogo. Yeah.
I've got a clarinet,
Yeah.
and also a vibroslap, which makes a noise as well.
Right.
And a guitar. Yeah.
Yeah, and I also play the melodica as well, but we haven't brought it today.
Oh, blooming heck. Hey,
enough.
what a slacker.
And not a synth at all. So the synth completely thrown out.
Completely gone.
Forgotten. There was no synth.
It's all the sounds of a synth, but just like outside of the synth.
I tell you, next time you come and see us, you will have all that clubber around you, and you will have two synths, one either side, and you will be like Rick Wakeman in the middle of his grandeur. That's what I'm professing. So everybody will have noticed there was some Russian. I mean, we've played Kishki before anyway. And so how did that element come into the band?
Well, I studied Russian at university, and I lived there for a year in St. Petersburg. And it's just nothing. I'm not using it in my day-to-day life, and
Right.
we just thought it'd be fun to have a place to do it here. And yeah, the first song that we did together was Toast, which is it's a poem by Anna Akhmatova that we've just put to music. I think part of it was like a confidence thing, like singing in another language. It's like an extra barrier, you know?
People couldn't pull you up about anything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's where you're wrong, you see, because, like I say, Mark Plant, the producer tonight, when he first, because we'd played the record already, and then he Googled it, and he found out that it was littered with potty-mouthed words, right, Beth, as you know. But you did, Lloyd at Bingo Records did send us the censored version, which was a relief, Gideon.
But I've been none the wiser.
Exactly.
Unless I happen to learn Russian overnight.
Not likely, is it?
Not really. Not something I considered. Not something you can do either.
So,
But, yeah.
if you were to play that record on Russian radio, would you be in deep trouble?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And we've said you're multilingual. Have you written any other potty mouth tunes in any other languages?
No, just in Russian
For now.
for now. What?
Well, that's not true. We've got a song on our upcoming EP, and there's a bit of German.
But I don't swear in German.
Right. Fair enough.
This time yet.
Yeah.
And part of your coming together as a band was rehearsing and learning to play together during lockdown, and that's because it's a very tight unit, rhythmically tight as well. Was that due to the close proximity and having to concentrate on doing that at that time?
Yeah, I guess so. Like, we just wanted something to do because, like, I was on furlough, you were living by yourself, and we like bubbled up. And yeah, it was sort of, Beth was in the next room doing her PhD, and we were like, "Do you want to come in and be a part of it, kind of thing.
Did it reach a point where you realised it was working out and it was something you wanted people to listen to? Wanted to
Yeah, I
play
guess
out?
so. When like restrictions were lifted and stuff, it was like, right, we can put this into the world now.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a nightmare though, because like I think our first 4 or 5 gigs all got cancelled last minute because of COVID. Because it was like in that sort of autumn where everyone was like, "We're ready," and it was like, "No, we're not ready at all."
Right, yeah. Well, it was a difficult time, wasn't it? We know. And also, of course, Bingo Records, just mentioned them, a great label. And Lloyd Bent has got like the best pair of ears in the business. And have a look at him when you see him next. But apparently, he signed you to Bingo just after you'd supported Wesley Gonzalez in a gig.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Well, the roster just grows and grows, and yeah, great work, Lloyd, as always. I need to thank him for bringing him to our attention.
Are you ready for your next couple of numbers?
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
Are we toast first?
Let's do it.